Morning. Today we are in downtown Orlando, Florida. If you're wondering why I said today, when it looks very much like nighttime, it is actually daytime. It is approaching 6:45 in the morning, and God, if I didn't know better, I'd swear I was still on California time and it was 3 a.m. because there is not a soul in downtown Orlando, which is just a tad sketchy. So this is my first visit to the state of Florida. Definitely feel a little fish out of water here. I gotta say I'm surprised. Approaching 7 a.m. and it's still just pitch black out. I mean, look at the sky. There isn't a speck of light yet. Very weird. So naturally, follow the channel. You know the type of shit I'm gonna be checking out. We're gonna look at some history. This is Orlando. We've got Disney history. Got a number of things here. And this old building right here is known as the Rogers Building. It is actually the very oldest building in all of Orlando, built in 1886. Going to be the oldest remaining building in the downtown area. Figure I had to come check it out. It was originally a gentleman's club, I understand, which in the late 19th century might not have meant exactly what it meant today, but you probably get the point all the same. An English gentleman's club. It is now part of the Arts District here in downtown, and right next to a couple other historic sites too that we might as well check out while we're here. Let's do it. See if we can do it before the sun comes up. Definitely a bit colder than I was expecting. I mean, I did bring 2 jackets, so I was kind of prepared, but whew, forecast said like 70s, and it is 40 degrees and windy out here. Whew, I am freezing my buns off. Over here, just a few blocks away from the Rogers Building, this is Lake Yola Park. This is the Walt Disney Amphitheater here at Lake Yola. Dedicated 1989. Finally starting to get some light out here. And if you're wondering why an amphitheater next to a random lake in Orlando is named after Walt Disney, well, I'm about to show you why. There's actually a pretty important bit of Disney history that happened right on this lake at another building just over here, which we're about to go check out. For this next bit of Disney history, we'll take a step back to November 1965. Here next to Lake Yola, here at what used to be the Cherry Plaza, now known as the MAA Parkside, at least that's what it'll show up in as Google. And right over here, what is now World of Beer, as you can see right there, would have been the Egypt Room back in the day, and that is where Walt and his brother Roy announced to the world that they plan to build another Disneyland here in Florida. Now, the story had leaked, actually, just before Walt and Roy made their announcement, so there were some rumors going around, but still, they held a press conference here, Walt, his brother Roy, the mayor of Orlando, and they put it all out there formally that Walt was purchasing land and had every intention of building another amazing Disney park right here in Orlando. And of course, we know it all too well today. It's Walt Disney World. About to say, if you look at the building today, you might not notice it had any significance to Disney history. However, a little ad for this tiki bar here, if I'm not too mistaken. And that is a bit reminiscent of the Tiki Room. And kind of just some general Disney Polynesian theming. Let's see if we can get inside. All right, made it into the building. It is not open to the public at the moment, so I had to wait for a resident to come out and let me in, but check all this out. As you can see, this was a very important site, Disney history, and they've got plenty of artwork and photographs commemorating that. In fact, just over here, through this bizarre looking wall made of plants, that wall originally was not there. That would have gone right through to what is now World of Beer. Kind of see the sign there, but that was the Egypt Room. That would have been right through what was once a doorway there. That would have been where Walt and Roy Disney announced to the world that they were building Disney out here. October 1971, that was the month and year Walt Disney World opened to the public. Just a few short years after the man had passed away. Definitely pretty cool to stand in the actual place where this went down. If you want to learn a little more about this event, be a good place to pause your screen right here. Really can't escape the Disney history in this place. Almost kind of like a little mini museum. Just got all manner of stuff posted. Some of those original tickets back when you had to have a ticket for your attraction. It definitely feels cool seeing such an important piece of Disney history. I think just yesterday I was back at home, California, planning this whole venture out. I always enjoy taking a moment in places like this, just kind of sit and soak up the vibe of some of the history here. Definitely enjoyable. If you enjoyed learning about this, even just vicariously, consider subscribing to my channel. It's actually just the first of many stops here in Florida. Definitely going to be more. A lot of Disney stuff. Of course, we're going to hit the parks. Got to do that. So think about subscribing. Anyway, till then, enjoy this little American Beauty moment I happened to capture here.